All right, everyone, we're going to do a math lesson today. Now, math isn't just counting, but math is also classifying, and there's a lot of vocabulary that we would call math terms. So the math lesson this week, parents, is about designs and naming what these designs are that we might see in our environment, and then classifying them and putting likes with likes. So this is something that I have in the classroom. I understand that you don't have that at home, but I'm going to show you how to make it. So again, when you are watching videos, you pause and do what you need to do and get ready for your kiddos, and then resume when you're ready. So just want to show the kiddos. All right, so this first design is called checks. Checks. What do those checks look like? Look like little boxes or little squares. And there's a few different colors, aren't there? What's this pattern or design called? Those are stripes. Okay, stripes are those lines. And then, what's our last one? Our last design is called spots. Maybe you call them polka dots. We'll just call it spots to keep it short. So in the classroom, I have these little pieces of fabric, and I am going to ask the kiddos to help me classify where these go. And then I'd like to show you how to make something like this at home if you don't have fabric, or, you know, who does? So you definitely can learn. Okay, my friends, so see my little orange square? What design is on this little orange square? I see spots. Do you see spots? Good job. So I'm going to go to my chart here, and I'm going to put spots in the spots column. All right, let's look at our next one. Look at this pretty. This is also orange. The design of this fabric is called checks. Remember how we see the squares next to each other? So I'm going to take my fabric and I'm going to put it in the column that's labeled checks. Good job. All right, I'm looking for one here. This one has lines. Now hold it this way or this way. Right, when we have these lines, that design is called stripes. Okay, I'm going to put that with my stripes. So again, if you had fabric or you had paper or something like that, you could make your own. So if I were doing this at home, all I would need is a piece of paper and a marker, and I would use Post-it notes. Ones that are smaller might be better, but you can help your kiddos learn these by drawing, and you don't need to be an artist, so no worries. So with my marker, I am going to make a chart. Okay, again, no artistic ability needed. So see, kids do not care if it's messy. And then at the top here, I'm going to name those categories and draw a little picture. So that first one was checks. I'm going to make my little checkerboard. Fill that in. They will get the picture, don't worry. There's my checks. And remember, I always write the word down, because we don't always know exactly how much is going in, so we want to give them as much information as possible. Okay, the next one was stripes. So I'm just making stripes, writing the word stripes. There's my stripes design. And then last we had spots. I'm wearing spots today. All right. Took me about a minute. You can do it. All right, so now is when I'm gonna get my Post-its. Maybe if you have smaller Post-its, that's a great idea. And think about ways that you can include your child in this process, such as they can color in or even do this work themselves. So on my Post-it, I'm going to draw for them and then ask them to put it in the right category and to name it if they can. Remember, if they're not naming things yet, that's okay. If we can see that they are matching like things, that's a great skill. Okay, so on my Post-it note, I'm gonna draw here, and I'm gonna say, what design have I made? What do you see on my paper? I see spots. So let's take this off. And where do the spots go? That's right, they go in this column that's labeled spots. Good job. All right, let's do another one. Checks does take a little bit longer, I realize. You might want to have those pre-made instead of having them watch you do it, but either way, remember, whenever you're doing something, be sure to narrate. Tell your children, I'm using a black marker to color on a paper. I'm making a design. What design am I making? Seems like a lot of language, but it's so meaningful. All right, my friends, what design did I make here? I made checks. See those little squares? So I'm gonna put the checks here in my checks column. Good for you. I love working with a Sharpie with kids, not for their use, but for mine. But once I do something in Sharpie, they can color over it with washable marker or with crayons, and then it won't smudge or blur and kind of keeps it true. All right, my last design here is stripes. Good job, stripes. Stripes go in that middle column. And I would do this at least 2 or 3 per column, and maybe change up what colors you use or make it look different or interesting to help them generalize those designs. Okay, your last task is to go around the house and see if you can find any of these designs. Clothing is a really good one. I have lots of stripes and checks and spots in my wardrobe, so check yours out. Maybe you do too. And maybe you can hold up the fabric of the clothing to the category here to help them make that connection that those are the same. All right, y'all, have a good one. Bye.